This message is for those of you who are saying, how did I get here? Is it even making a difference? It's day in and day out, and I'm not even sure I'm making even a step in the right direction. I want you to know that God hears you and that he sees your work. And most importantly, your work is making a difference. Things are shifting even if you can't perceive it right now. Come with me to see what happens when faith is met with doubt. 11, it says, after Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went on from there to teach and preach in the towns of Galilee. When John, who was in prison, heard about the deeds of the Messiah, he sent his disciples to ask him, are you the one who is to come? Or should we expect someone else? Jesus replied, go back and report to John what you hear and see. The blind receive sight, the lame walk. Those who have leprosy are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised, and the good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me. And then Jesus goes on to speak to the crowd about John. What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed swayed by the wind? If not, what did you go out to see? A man dressed in fine clothes? No. Those who wear fine clothes are in kings' palaces. Then what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, that and more. This is the one whom it is written, I will send my messenger ahead of you, who will prepare your way before you. Truly I tell you, among those born of women, there has not risen anyone greater than John the Baptist. I don't want you doubting the work of your hands. I don't want you to doubt the impact that you are absolutely having, the good that you're doing. Matter of fact, think of your work as a stone or a pebble. If you were young, or even as an adult, if you've ever skipped stones into a lake or a river, the stone itself ends up falling down into that body of water and you don't see it. But what you do see is the ripple effect. You see the rings. Your work, your hands right now may not be seen. Understand that there are ripple effects that are happening from what you're doing. And sometimes we don't get the actual yes or no from God that this is it. But I want you to see through the chaos. Because the enemy doesn't want you to sit there and be like, oh, I'm doing good, let me continue. No, he is going to try to blind you from the fact that my work is moving forward. My people are being healed. They're no longer using drugs in order to numb themselves out. I'm actually pushing people to get into therapy. I'm pushing people to pray and fast. My work is having an impact even though I don't see it right now. But my faith says that it's working. Jesus never once told John that, yes, I am the Son of God. No, what he did say is, see through the chaos. The blind see, the deaf hear, the lame walk, the dead are being raised up. I don't have to tell you that, yes, I am the Messiah. See it for yourself. All the prophecies that were written about who the Son of God was, I'm doing. Do you see that? In Isaiah 43:19, God says, see, I am doing a new thing. It springs up. Do you not perceive it? Maybe you're so used to God coming through in one way that you can't see how he's coming through for you in a completely different way in this situation. But I need you to see through that chaos. The dead are coming back to life. And that's what you're doing. And that's why the enemy keeps sending these things to blind you, keeping you in prison, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. He's trying to send you so many battles that you can't perceive the new thing that God is doing. But you are bringing the dead back to life. That person that was about to commit suicide, they heard you speak. You reached out. You went and showed up for them. Now they're thinking there's more to life. Person that was grieving the loss of a parent, the loss of a child, you check up on them. You cook for them. You make them smile in the midst of their pain. Now they're thinking there's a reason for me to step out of isolation. I can connect with more people. I can love again. It will not always end in loss. There's more for me. Do not let the enemy throw so much chaos your way that you don't perceive what you're doing, that you don't perceive the impact. Trust God and trust your process. Remember, healing is never canceled, and you can absolutely go to both God and therapy.